Jannik Sinner joins elite company, moves closer to Rafael Nadal on Monday. Jannik Sinner added another notable milestone to his impressive CV. The 23-year-old started his 40th week on the ATP throne, matching Ilie Nastase and edging closer to Andy Murray. Jannik also entered an exclusive group of players who have collected at least 40 number 1 weeks during his first stint on the ATP throne. Inaugural runs on the ATP throne are always challenging, but Sinner was built differently. The Italian owns a notable streak that puts him in the same line as Roger Federer, Jimmy Connors, Lleyton Hewitt, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Andy Murray and Ilie Nastase. Sinner will extend his reign on the throne despite serving the ban. If Alexander Zverev fails to pass him by the end of April, Jannik will catch Rafael Nadal and make more places on the list. After this, his next target would be Novak Djokovic. Ilie Nastase, the first world number 1 in ATP history, spent 40 weeks at the top in 1973 and 1974 during his first reign. Jimmy Connors collected a marvelous 160 world number 1 weeks in one breath when he passed the Romanian August 1977. Almost 25 years later, Lleyton Hewitt stepped onto the scene when he became world number 1. The young Aussie occupied the ATP throne between 2001 and 2003, collecting 75 number 1 weeks. Roger Federer wrote history books between 2004 and 2008. The Swiss kept all the rivals behind for 4.5 years, thus, he accumulated a brilliant 237 weeks during his first number 1 stint, setting the record that should take some beating. Rafael Nadal passed Federer in the summer of 2008 and gathered 46 weeks on the ATP throne, standing 4th on the list. Novak Djokovic joined the party in 2011 following a stellar season. The Serb bested Nadal's numbers and added 53 world number 1 weeks during his first visit to the pinnacle of men's tennis. Andy Murray fought for the ATP throne with Novak Djokovic in 2016. The Briton earned it in the ATP Finals title match against his co-equal. The Briton notched 41 world number 1 weeks during his only run, passing Ilie Nastase and standing 6th on the list. Sinner will pass Murray in 2 weeks and continue with his climb. He looks good to match Nadal and move closer to Djokovic. If Jannik enters the Rome Masters as the world's leading player, he will have a nice chance of catching Djokovic's 53 number 1 weeks during the first stint. Thus, the Italian could secure the 4th place on this notable list. If he finds his form after missing 3 months and performs well at Roland Garros and Wimbledon, Jannik will extend his reign and set his eyes on Lleyton Hewitt's numbers.